layers of flavor into our salmon burger. And it goes like this. Before I start, if you have any questions, this is just like, I mean, it's so great because we're all so close. So don't hesitate, put your hand up or just shout out your question or whatever you want to do. Okay, so we're going to start with some gorgeous wild BC sockeye salmon. And I'm just going to rough chop it. And we're going to add some heat with some jalapeno. We are going to add a whole pile of big garlicness to this. Some garlic cloves. Now, when I add these all to the food processor, I'm only going to pulse it because I don't want to sort of puree this like you would puree a fish ball, like a Thai fish ball or something like that. I want to keep the integrity of it. But so I just need to rough chop it now, and then I'm going to pulse it. Adding a little bit of red bell pepper, and the red bell pepper is really mostly for the color, and it adds a bit of sweetness. We are going to add a whole bunch of fresh parsley. And by the way, I will, as I mentioned, I'm accustomed to creating surreal presentations, hence my moniker, the Surreal Gourmet. And I'm going to teach you a little trick that I'm not going to do, but I'll tell you exactly how to do it before we bake off these burgers. Okay, now we're going to add some lusciousness to these burgers, and we're going to do that with a healthy dollop of mayo. And we're going to add some depth of flavor with a nice dollop of Dijon mustard. And what else are we going to add? We are going to add a little bit of zestiness by zesting a lemon. You know what I love most about lemon zest? It's free. It's totally free. And you know why it's free? Because you buy the lemon for the juice, you get the zest for free. And zest, I mean, any citrus zest can really add some zing and zestiness, hence the name. Is there a word for when the name of something also implies what it does? There must be some. Any English teachers here? No? All right. Okay, so we have some zestiness. Automatic. Ah, yes. There you go. We'll go with that, whether or not it's right. Excuse me. Let's just put this down. Okay, what else do we want to add here before? We'll add a little bit of heat with some cayenne. And we also have, so this is a second layer of heat because we had the jalapeno in there originally. Some fresh ground pepper, some salt. So, when you make salmon burgers, do you put this many different ingredients in your burger? You know, you can make a lovely salmon burger by just grilling a beautiful piece of salmon and putting it between a couple of pieces of bread. But this is going to give us so much more flavor. Now, there's two more things we need to add to hold this all together. You need to add a couple of eggs. And, well, first of all, just a little entertaining here. My mother always told me when you want to crack an egg, use your head, right? Be smart, use your head. Damn! You guys have hard eggshells here. Now I know the cause of that because I have chickens at home, and those chickens are obviously being fed a lot of calcium. You can feed your chickens. They grind up oyster shells sometimes and feed them as a supplement to chickens. Now the last thing, so the two things that are going to hold this burger together, as with any burger that you make, if you're making, a hamburger has a lot of natural fat in it, but if you're making a burger of any kind of fish or crab, a lobster burger, anything like that, because I know you guys are making lobster burgers all the time, right? You want to put some egg and some breadcrumbs or some panko, which are Japanese breadcrumbs, and they will hold it all together. Now, we're going to pulse this a few times. You don't really want to leave it on high because then you're just going to end up with fish mush. All right, so you can see that we still have the integrity of the salmon. You're going to get nice little chunks of salmon along with all these flavors, and when it's a little bit, you can see that it's kind of falling apart, but when you put it might be a little difficult to put on the grill. You put it in a pan and the egg will cook and the breadcrumbs will hold it all together and you'll have these lovely burgers. Now, if I was doing a dinner, if I was cooking for you for a dinner party, what I would do instead of turning these into burgers, which is fantastic for a backyard party or anything like that, is I would take a cupcake tin and I would put a liner in the cupcake tin. I would fill up the liner with this salmon mixture, and I would bake it off, and then I would make some mashed potatoes, and then I would put the mashed potatoes in a piping bag with a star tip, like a baker's piping bag, and I would make myself a salmon cupcake, which is more traditional, surreal gourmet. But I wanted to just show you how much flavor we can add to common local ingredients. So, next up, also, when you do this at home, don't forget to put the green onions in. Okay, so next up we're going to make a quick avocado mash.